How do you keep upper management or the PM informed without overloading them? This was a question that was given to me the other day that I figured I would answer on our YouTube channel. And I love doing this and I think it's fantastic. So this is real stuff. The title's real, the question's real, and I'm going to tackle it today and really cover some really game-changing paradigm shifts for how you can approach keeping upper management informed in the proper ways. And I think you're going to love it, so stay with us. Okay, so I'm going to kick this video off by saying there's radical transparency, and then there's transparency, and then there's no transparency. There are clients that cannot handle radical transparency. I'll always be transparent and always be honest. But like radical transparency is like everything. And in fact, some psychologists out there would even venture an opinion that humans can't be radically transparent. But I like to head in that direction. Like, I'll tell you everything about me, my life, anything else like that. And so I like to share everything we're doing, how the sausage is made, the end product, the results, everything. Some clients can't handle that, and some PMs and some owners can't handle that, meaning they don't want to know everything, but they do need to know the needed things, right? So radical transparency is for the special case where there's plenty of trust with great relationships. I always like to at least be transparent. That means you got to be up to date and communicative about budgets, changes, problems, schedule, staff concerns, current events, things that are happening, right? You can never not be transparent, right? And then there's the non-transparent category, which I don't believe in, which there are companies that do this, and I don't agree with it, where they start to hide information in silo. But I do want to acknowledge that sometimes you have to tone down the radical transparency to just transparency if you have time constraints, busyness, overwhelm, or if you have a lack of trust. I remember one time a massive project where I was the superintendent, the owner's rep, the project manager for the owner was like, hey Jason, there's like 10 of you and there's one of me, don't overwhelm me. So you have to like temper your communication in that way. But let me give you some tips once you've kind of navigated that trusting relationship part. First, actually let me say this. You have to keep people up to date whether you want to or not. Becoming transparent is never an option. And let me say something right now that I am going to say later on again, but I need to sandwich it. These are the two loaves of bread around the information to make the point. If you don't share, if you don't keep the PM or the management or your owner up to date, they will think the worst, right? Let me give you just a quick example, a quick story. I remember going from project superintendent to general superintendent, then to project director. They gave me 2 regular projects as a project director. So I was around different places, and sometimes people wouldn't see me at the home office. And it would be like, where's Jason? Where's Jason? What's he doing? Is he doing, blah, blah, blah. And I realized, this isn't great. If they don't see me and they don't know what I'm doing, they're going to assume what? I'm not doing anything. So I started to actually share my weekly work plans with everybody I worked with. And I was like, I'm on this job on Monday, I'm on this job on Tuesday. I time blocked it all. And I'm like, I'm working on proposals Thursday and Friday. And I would send it out. And everybody was like, okay, I know where Jason is. Okay, well, all right. And then actually, people bugging me for non-essential items reduced, and people's opinions of me increased, and the little assumption demons, is what I'll call them, went away. So whether you think you can or you can't, you have to still share and be transparent, or it will be at your own detriment. Okay, so let's go through a framework here that I want to talk about how you can keep management or PMs up to date without overloading them. First and foremost, without having this be too complex, I love dashboards. On the projects at LeanTact, we love to know the state of the process. We love to know the scoring of how we're implementing the integrated production control system, the TACT plan. We usually like to show a visual of the actual production plan, the procurement log, the zone maps and logistics plans, the current issues that we're dealing with. We like to have a nice dashboard that will really show you the current of information for the project at any time. Now, this can take some time to create unless you do something like, Power BI and automate the information. But dashboards is a great way to keep people up to date. Another thing is meeting minutes. I'm not talking about the boring meeting minutes and Procore or Prolog or any of these other applications. I'm talking about like, hey, you had a meeting with a team, and whether it comes out by a quick email or a text or something, it says decisions, right? So if you have somebody that needs to be in the loop, it's like, hey, in this meeting we decided this as a report out. These are the action items. This is so powerful. A lot of times, as I'm proving right now, I'm at a video shoot. We have 3 companies in the background working, Elevate, LeanTact, and LeanBuilt, with full staffs of people, and I'm not available, but I will not feel out of the loop because whatever meetings are happening, I will get this and I will know what's going on. So that's another great method. Quick burst of information. I love this. This is probably my favorite. Through text, I like WhatsApp. I don't think that there's better application out there. We actually use Asana. There's a great book here that talks about coming up for air about organization and office management systems. Quick texts are crucial. I rely on that. The director of operations and the project manager for our first project at LeanBuilt, quick text here and there. I'm always up to date. I love that. And if you're a direct report for a supervisor that wants to stay in the loop, you have to do this and you have to learn to love this. You can't fight it. Keep your humans up to date. 4, and I love this one. It's not more favorite than text, but I love this one. Meetings and huddles. In the Monday through Friday framework, if I can get the PM or the director in that first meeting on Monday, this is the team weekly tactical, and then also in the strategic planning and procurement part of that meeting, even if that person doesn't attend anything else throughout the week, I can literally capture enough information to keep them up to date and get them to clear roadblocks like they should. The other thing is, if you need more than that, having the daily team huddle where you either meet virtually or in person, grabbing the PM or the director and looping them into that team meeting and then to the daily huddle, absolutely fantastic. Just quick, 5, 10, 15 minutes max, and you're jamming, you're aligned, you're ready to go. So I love that one as well. Boy, I got to check these off as I go. All right, now let me close out by saying these 2 things. Do not assume that they're too busy. This person that gave me this question is a beautiful angel, wonderful human being, God, angels, and like his mother loves him. Like I just love that that person gave me this comment. And you can't assume that the PM and your executives and your owner are too busy. Don't do this. People always tell me, Jason, I assumed you're too busy. I assumed you're too... I'm like, I would have rather known the information. So don't assume. Go send that text, send that information, loop them into that huddle. And then like I said, and I'm gonna bookend this from something I said earlier on, share anyway. If you, like let's say this is where your supervisor or corporate or the executives are, if you're behind a wall of non-transparency or lack of communication, they will assume the worst and your estimation in their eyes will go down. As soon as this barrier is gone and they see your hard work, their estimation of you will go up. So if you don't share, it's at the detriment of your own career. So you have to do that. So these are some ways that you can share with your PM or the executives or the leadership or your owner or anybody else or the design team or anybody really without overwhelming them that have worked for me. These are tried, true, and tested. I'm going to put this into a visual and blog post for you. I hope you love this content. Please give me a like on this video if you like it, and then comment down below if you want any further information. I hope you love this video. On we go.